Still got the echo? Yes, we do. Is it still there? Good. It's set to monitor off. That's what we want to see happen. Alright, now we are officially live. We are going to go for it. And we're going to, of course, play in hero mode and undo all of my epic hard work over my last playthroughs. So we will be naming ourselves Link, of course, because how can you play a Zelda game that you're not Link? It just don't make sense. Turn up the Elgato just a little bit because this game is quieter than most. Gotta get that good old backstory going in there. Some dreams, some nightmares, since Link is always asleep every time you start your adventure. I do like the whole Nintendo Presents thing that they got going on, that they announce at every start of every game now. Surprised they didn't put an HD at the end of that. Let's dive into the beautiful world of Skyward Sword. Get the epic Loftwing photos there. Enjoy the world of Skyloft for a little bit. I don't know how many times I've played through this game and just now noticed that this entire starting sequence is Grusin Pals going and taking out your Loftwing while Zelda's is left alone. Like, they split up and Grus and company follow Zelda's Loftwing. Or sorry, Link's Loftwing. And then the game starts out with us having to go and find it. It's just, I never noticed it before. You would probably be pretty accurate. If those plushies are in a bad mood, the switches do tend to break. Also, I have a really big lack of Zelda plushies up there. But I do got all of the Zelda amiibos. I wish that that image could be bigger and up closer behind my head, just so we could see those a little bit better. Because they are quite awesome, if I do say so myself. By the way, how are you, plant? Hopefully you are doing well. Hey, welcome to the chat. By the by, why isn't Twitch telling me I have chatters? This doesn't make sense. Guess I should be focusing on pressing A. Yeah, none of these messages are coming through telling me that we got chat. Dan or something. Dan is back. Yeah, it's just... Ah, there we go. Multi-stream. Dan is back. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back from wherever you were gone to. I love this. Just the icing on the cake right there. Come to deliver a letter, wake you up, and just spit it at you. Zelda taking the time to write a letter to wake Link up. It's some dedication. And of course, we better not keep Zelda waiting. She is the princess after all, before the princess was a thing. She's the headmaster's daughter, because apparently that equates to about the same. Oh gosh, I don't... how am I going to deal with this? Can I just not in this area? Okay, well, this is going to be interesting, because I'm used to Legends Arceus. I'm used to... Hold L. Ah, there we go. Okay, that is some janky controls, I'm not gonna lie. I played through this the first time with motion controls still, so this will be the first time doing hand controls. I feel like streaming this, you kind of don't need to be flailing your arms everywhere. Might not be the most productive thing that I can possibly do. But, oh, okay, apparently, yes, I do gotta go do that, I remember. Good morning, Link. I'm impressed with your dedication to test your resolve in hero mode. Oh, but today's the day of the long-awaited wings ceremony. Horwell, you are so boring. If you use Joy-Cons, you get to dual-wield swords. I'm not super confident about that one. I don't... Yes, I can ignore Extractor, especially if I'm in hero mode of all things. And they're telling me, like, twice as fast, so it's... Okay, I guess he's just going to tell us about hero mode. And not tell us... He's going to tell us how to do it. Okay. Why... You have to beat the game once to unlock hero mode. Like, why are you telling us this information? Throwing off my groove, man. Why do I need to use motion controls? I played through with motion controls. I do not remember this dual-wielding swords nonsense. I'm on it, I guess, because I don't have another choice. Onward. Ah, there's the jump button. You know, I may actually switch to motion controls just because I would rather flail my arms around and have more easy access to this screen pivoting, because like that is revolutionary in games, I swear. The ability to actively and openly control where you're going. But how does holding two controllers equate to dual wielding swords? I mean, I do got the Zelda Joy-Cons behind me just for this game, so like, I'm not opposed to using controllers and dual wielding the controllers. Oh sweet, 20 bucks. Nice. I think at this point it's going to come down to more of being able to pivot my screen whenever I want to more easily, because I feel like you don't have to press down the L button in order to do that. It just does it natively. But I could be mistaken. It has been quite a while since I've played this game, not gonna lie. Sweet, we got stamina fruit out of the way. Somehow we barely get back at the same time as her burb does. Since in the Wii it's one controller that uses motion controls, since you can use two controllers as one, you can dual wield swords. I mean, you're not dual wielding swords, you're dual wielding controllers. Like, you don't get a second sword in this game. It's it's always going to be a shield. Unless I completely miss something my first playthrough this game. And you can, in fact, get a second sword. But I don't recall ever seeing a second sword that you could grab. So there's no way you could really dual-wield swords, per se. But you can dual-wield controllers. And I would like to play through this game with the controller Master Sword attachment and the shield attachment that people have been 3D printing. I think that would be so dope. She does. Yeah, those bangs are not doing her many favors at all. It looks great. Because we get crap for anything else of an answer. Of course we're prepared for the ceremony, we're just missing my burb. I do wonder why the hero has such a propensity for sleep. Well, I understand that, like, you're making a reference of some kind, but I mean, it's only a joke if it's funny. I mean, saying you're dual wielding and leaving off the swords would have been the joke, but saying you could dual wield swords is kind of like just a statement of incorrectness, not so much a joke. Time to go find a burb. Apparently our meeting was extraordinary. A crimson loftwing is a breed so rare we were sure for some time that it had vanished from the line. And apparently we share a profound connection, and Link's blushing about it. Interesting. They actually made Zelda's eyes twitch. Gotta get that James Cameron avatar thing going on, I guess. The connection with your bird. He does have a personality in this game. I feel like he still kind of has a little bit more personality than he does in Breath of the Wild, but I mean, that's just because Breath of the Wild shows a lot of stuff in cutscenes, but for the most part, Link doesn't really react to anything else. So that's kind of cool. Apparently we're gonna go practice before the race. Here we are, go on now, jump off the edge and call your Loftwing. It's almost time for the ceremony, so practice seriously for once. Oh yeah, you can't sense your bird out there? Oh, I get it. You're just trying to weasel out of having to practice. Nice try, but you're not fooling me. Yeet! Alright, well. Sure is taking a long time to get here. Oh, I love that scene. Just throw him off the edge of Skyloft. Like, What would have happened if his bird didn't come and she couldn't make it? Like, what happens to Skyloftians when they fall off a Skyloft? Like, it never clearly says that they plummet to the earth and die. We don't know. Like, is there some sort of magic that teleports them back up to Skyloft? Do they hit the cloud barrier and just not go through because of the magic protecting it? Or does, like, the cloud barrier only prevent things from coming up from the surface? I mean, they mentioned several times that items typically fall off a Skyloft and they're gone forever unless Scrapper goes down there and gets them. So there's got to be some sort of ability to pass through the cloud barrier, but they don't ever reference what happens to people. Like, would Link have just died? Just land in a safe place since this is a kid's game? I mean, I guess, yeah. Makes sense. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, it looks like I got to activate a channel of some kind here. Members. Okay, as soon as this cutscene's done, we can go and find a burb. Well, they already have those. Okay, cool deal. Looks. I love how it like shows you exactly where to go. Poor Zelda's Loftwing, all super tired and stuff. Alright, time to run. So, I'm going to be trying to create save files of this every time I get to about a boss fight, because I'm going to also try to do damageless boss runs, and to do that, I'm going to need to restart over and over and over again. Let's talk to this kid, see what we got. Hold up, Link. Hey, Link. Could you help me with something? All you have to do is dash and roll into the tree. Okay, well, let's do it and see if we can... Do we get crystals? While dashing, press L. There we go. Nope, just rupees. Gonna be stacked by the time this is over. Ah, yes. I do believe I need to talk to somebody who knows where they were, so I think I gotta go talk to Pippet. Yes. Because we know where he's at. I always forget the sequence to find out the information of where he's at, you know? And if I remember correctly, Fledge has the answer, so we'll talk to Fledge. What are you talking about, Link? You called it, but it didn't even come to you? Huh, so that means... Oh, I knew it. Huh? Just muttering to himself. Let's go talk to Pippet. Wandering around the academy. What? Your Loftwing won't come when you call for it. Why would a guardian bird not come when it's called? Never heard of such a thing happening, so I can't even tell you what you're doing wrong. Never hangs an underclassman out to dry. We'll figure this out together. You go to the plaza and ask people there if they know anything. In the meantime, I'll ask around here. And I'm not trying to be rude by ignoring the 4 questions that I've obviously been asked. Yes, I have seen them. but this is very clearly a Zelda stream, so I'm not going to be answering questions pertaining to anything else other than Zelda at this time. Just because I know my channel does have a lot to do with Pokemon, and that's legit and awesome. But this time is Zelda time. I do my other streams on other days of the week. Well, your brother sounds like a smart dude. Zelda is legit. It's my favorite game series, hands down. Just because I focus on story more than anything. Action and story is what I like in a video game. And this just happens to be one of my favorite Zelda games in the franchise. It kind of flip-flops back and forth between number 1 and number 2. Bring it on. I love the memeability of this Groose thing. Hi, Pika Girl. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. And it's just Avery. Yes, absolutely. You should start playing Zelda. It's an amazing, amazing game. Amazing franchise. I've never played a bad Zelda game. I also haven't played Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land either, so there's that. There's a possibility for that to change. So we'll see. But Skyward Sword flip-flops between my number 1. It kind of is a tie between Skyward Sword and Majora's Mask. Both of those two games have an amazing story behind them. Majora's Mask being a little bit darker and a little bit more questy. Skyward Sword being a little bit more lighthearted but full of lore for the game, answering a whole bunch of questions that I had playing Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess, and it just brought everything together. The creation of the Master Sword, the creation of Hyrule. It was just great to see the beginning of my favorite world. We better start searching. Well, absolutely. That's what we're doing at this very moment, Zelda. The Zelda soundtrack is some great music. Some of the best game music ever. Especially as soon as Wind Waker comes out. Not so much with Ocarina of Time, it's pretty bland. But Wind Waker's music is fire. What's wrong, Link? Your loft wing is missing. That's terrible. I was looking forward to seeing that red blur straight through the sky. Apparently, our loft wing is really fast. By a statue of goddess, you'll have a good view of the whole town from way up there. No duh. Thanks, guy. Thanks, Keith. You're legit. Telling us where the giant singular statue is on the island. I am playing this on my Nintendo Switch natively. No need to emulate this game when it's already on the Switch. I guess I could get better graphics and stuff if I emulated, but I mean, oh, Fledge is down. We don't need to go up there. I could get better graphics, I suppose, if I did it on Yuzu, potentially, but there's just really not a reason to. Okay, apparently Fledge is not there anymore. Where did he go? Fledge, you loser. Where are you? here now? Nope. Maybe they're upstairs where I was instinctively going. Oh no, I know where they're at. I mean, I guess it's good that I came up here. Because I do need to be upstairs. They're... No, I don't. They're at the training grounds. That would be funny. But he should be at the training grounds.
Hey!
Pippet, hey Link! Over here! There we go, there's Fledge. Oh, so he's not going to talk to us. We have to go through Pippet. It's the only way. And get this, when I asked Fledge what he knew, he started acting weird. Really wanted to tell you, but if Groose found out I told you, sounds like Groose forced him to keep quiet about it. Obviously, he's an intimidating bully, for now. Groose's character arc is actually pretty sweet. Hide him near a waterfall. Let's take a quick look on your map, because there's only one water source in Skyloft, and we never could have found it without it. Alright, now we need a sword. And guess what? This is totally skippable. We don't have to do the sword training in this game. Love that. We just have to steal it. Oh, well, that's awkward. Okay. Apparently he just awkwardly holds his sword extended in the neutral position. You can't take swords outside of the sparring hall? What do you think you're doing sneaking out with that? Sneaking out with it, duh. Gotta go stab stuff. Swing it around all willy-nilly like. Cut some trees, kill some bokoblins, maybe some keys, some choo-choos. Cool. Let's go. We ride at dawn. Onward! Why do you keep doing that? Why? What? Oh. Okay, I see now. That's why I have to hold down the left bumper. It's because that directional stick is the way I swing my sword. That was confusing for a second. Maybe I'm not gonna be super good at this. Oh my gosh, I wonder... Can I? No. How do you do the speed cutting? I don't think you can do the speed cutting game with this. Because you just can't move your sword that fast. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it past at the end of this stream. I'm probably gonna have to switch to motion controls, because this be crazy, not gonna lie. I mean, it works decent enough, but I also understand why Aonuma was worried about conserving the integrity of this game, moving to non-motion controls. Sweet, got some choo-choo jelly. I feel like I missed the opportunity for that chest, which gives me some rupees, so naturally we have to go back and grab it because we're going to need to buy stuff for our adventure. Sick, 20 rupees. Oh, a key survived a sword attack. Impressive. When I mash buttons, my camera shakes. I shall remove my hands from the equation here. Get them off my extremely, extremely wobbly desk. Should help a little bit. It's just it's a new feature with the Zelda games, right? It's that camera shaking, make it seem like you're really in the fight. Triple slice. Okay. Apparently we can save for some reason. Yes, Zelda. We found my loft wing. Any sign of it? I don't know. If you quit stopping me every 5 minutes, I'd probably have it found by now. Interesting. She's been staring at the edge of Skyloft long as she can remember. And Skyloft calls to Zelda like the ocean calls to Moana. I guess the surface calls to Zelda like the ocean calls to Moana. And that has been my terrible singing for the stream. Okay. Alright, alright. Perfect. Our bird is free and we can fly and soar and all sorts of stuff. It only took us a half hour to get off of Skyloft. Well, kind of. Get off the ground of Skyloft. And given that my buddy just messaged me over on Discord letting me know he was playing Breath of the Wild at the moment, I suspect he is in the chat, but not chatting and using Discord to chat instead. Because that seems to happen. Nope. You're just crazy, Zelda. Oh no, I'm skipping frames. But Streamlabs isn't even mad at me for it yet. Although, if you're watching on your cell phone and not connected to your Wi-Fi, that's probably why. Although I'm sure you are very likely connected to Wi-Fi at this point in time, but my cell phone internet has been garbage in this area recently, so could be a little bit reason why. Maybe not. But welcome to the stream. Finally family friendly. For once, Streamlabs isn't telling me I'm dropping frames left and right. Yesterday was terrible. And yes, I do play Animal Crossing. Guess what? You don't technically have to call your bird in this game. Your bird will save you the first time. Oh, inverted steering. Love that. And I feel like this is something that really should have been cut out in hero mode. Like, my biggest complaint with this remake is they didn't take... Like, you have to beat normal mode in order to play hero mode. If my memory serves me correctly. He is in the past, but not recently. Ah, yes, true. Like I was saying, you have to beat normal before you can do hero mode, or at least you had to on the Wii. Maybe this game lets you go straight into hero mode or something. I don't know. I have a beaten profile on this game, so... Why do we have to go through bird training if we should have theoretically already beaten this game once and know how to do it? Tomorrow's stream is a different game. It's listed over there on Discord. I believe it should be Pokemon Coliseum, if memory serves correctly. Yes. Coliseum. Well, that's just garbage, isn't it, F cubed? Oh, that was a really janky run animation. No. Well, if it isn't Link... I want to know how so many people live on this island without bumping into each other. Like, there's easily 20 people on this extremely small island. And, like, I can see why there's some rivalry between students here, because from what I've seen, there's only, like, 2 or 3 chicks in that entire school system. So, like, there's definitely some competition to be had between Link and friends. Kind of those things that you don't really think about your first time playing through the game, or your 12th. But then it like really starts to sink in that there's just a lot of guys and not a lot of chicks on this floating planet. Oh, Bruce is gonna get got by Zelda. Okay. At least once we get off of Skyloft, the text dump stops. And that's the goal for today. To dive into the surface and get out of this extremely long text dump scenario we got. Yeah, let's do it. Time to jet. Just an extremely bad case of colored gas. I still think the green should have been on the right and the blue on the left just to represent the Triforce a little bit better, but that's just nitpicking, I think. Call your bird promptly and catch the statue. This is a totally rigged race. I love how they're basing getting into knighthood entirely on whether or not you win this race. I'm also pretty sure that should have said 35th instead of 25th. Yeet! Now we struggle. Since we have inverted steering. Oh, I missed the A grab. Oh gosh, I just can't get used to... No, down is down. This is just weird. This is totally meant to be... It's totally meant to be motion controls for a reason. I'm just gonna say it. It's harder than I thought it was gonna be honest. Ah! We touched it once. And then somehow Groose like teleports. Okay, that was just not cool. And why do I have more hearts? I just barely noticed I had like 4 hearts, and I think that's because the game's a little harder and enemies hit you harder, so it gives you a little bit more of a bonus because we lose hearts twice as fast. Isn't even concerned about being saved. She knows what's up. I also love how, like, her Loft Wing gets, like, wrecked by this, but Link's just like, yeah, no problem, dude. I got you. Offer the statue to the goddess. I could skip it, but nah, it's a good song. Grant us your blessing and mercy as I act in your stead during this ceremony. What a series of events this game offers up. The blessings of the goddess drift down from the heavens aloft a sail, which I now pass on to you. Dee 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 dee. It smells nice too. I love like how there's an in-world reaction to his doing that. I always thought that was kind of cool. He just doesn't do it out of nowhere and everybody pretend like nothing weird ever happened. Now, we really should finish up this ritual. Ooh, I'm not using motion controls. I wonder if I can hit the center this time. Sort of. You have to jump off the statue. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, they jump off a skyloft all the time. Center. Perfect. So good. Time to go drifting. Drifting through the skies. Go fly around the clouds together? I'm sure they would. And it's also very convenient for the plot. Could you imagine if they would have stayed on Skyloft and Girahim would have tried his crap at that point? Not gonna happen, not gonna work. Kind of makes me wonder what Zelda's status is. Is she a knight? Is she not? Like, she's in the knight class with Link and Groose and all of those. Or at least she's in the academy. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Destruction and mayhem. I kind of always imagined the mummy's face coming out of that and just like going all mummy on him with the sandstorm. Ah, there's the dropped frame notification. I've dropped 25% over the last 2 minutes, a few seconds ago. It's interesting that they both get knocked off of their loft wing, yet Link goes on an acid trip and wakes up in Skyloft, so apparently like one of the knights managed to catch him. So it kind of makes me wonder, like, surely they couldn't have gotten to him in time. Then again, he did get blasted over Skyloft, so there is a possibility that he landed on Skyloft. Oh, our Skyloft cat, or our Loftwing caught us. That's how it happened. You know, that actually makes sense. You could not protect the princess, dude. You failed. Kind of makes me wonder if it's going to be a theme in Zelda going forward, that you're with the princess once before and you fail to save them. Because 2 games in a row did that. Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild. The hero failed. Although this is kind of a different scenario than in Breath of the Wild, do gotta admit. She heard a voice. She's going crazy, Headmaster. I see. She was talking about the surface then. And you've been having dreams about a great mission? How interesting. I totally know something, but I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm sorry, I was just lost in thought here for a moment. It's all very strange, but I doubt there's much of a connection between these things. I'm concerned for Zelda, but so long as she's with her Loftwing, I'm sure she'll be fine. That is a great question. Where the heck is Zelda's Loftwing this entire game? Because she... Ooh. Maybe that's how she gets places so fast. No, because most of the time she's seen leaving without it. Mysteries of Skyward Sword. That's a great question. Where is Zelda's Loftwing? It appears at the end of the game, I know that much. We must leave our bedroom to see the specter. I would love to see Fi come out of the Master Sword again. Just go Breath of the Wild and just see Fi as a overworld embodiment. Also, something that may or may not be interesting in relation to the second Breath of the Wild trailer where we see the Master Sword all jacked up. I just want to point out her color scheme right quick. Her legs have those netting on them. And that resembles the hilt of the Master Sword, right? Right. So, I just want to say, the part of the Master Sword that gets killed is the 4-point, the blade, the tip of the blade and all that. Canonically, that should be her head. So, like, there's a very good chance that she gets completely munched in that game. Like, dead. Granted, we do see the Master Sword glowing, so obviously she isn't, but, like, something to think about. Theoretically, the part of the sword that gets munched is her head. Now, that is if she was the embodiment of the sword itself, but given the information we know, she's just a spirit that resides in the sword. Oh crap, I'm gonna die. Ooh, that Keys was kind to me. Thank you, Mr. Keys. Nobody giving me hearts. It's unfortunate. Also, I'm pretty sure my chat is, like, destroyed because it was popping and now it's dead. So that's interesting. We'll have to look into that later. I am dropping 29% of my frames at this point, so there's that. We may end the stream a little bit earlier so that I can tackle it another time when I have better internet. I mean, I thought I had pretty decent internet already, but I guess maybe not so much. I also love how we had to leave out the back entrance, but like when we, at least I'm pretty sure we entered through the back of the statue. But when we leave, it's through the front of the statue. According to your social customs, I should provide you with my personal designation. Fi, is the name I was given. I say Fi, personally. I was created for a single purpose, long before the recorded memory of your people. That's a long time. I must aid you in fulfilling the great destiny that is your burden to carry. Come, Link. You must take up the sword as the chosen one by my creator. It is your destiny. The strange dreams troubling your sleep, my sudden appearance, uncertainty surrounding the fate one you hold dear. Under those circumstances, it is only logical that you would exhibit some apprehension. To minimize your uncertainty, allow me to share some information. My projections indicate that this information has a high probability of altering your current emotional state. The one you seek, Honorable Zelda, is still alive. Shocked Pikachu face! And this Spirit Maiden, the one you call Zelda, is another one, chosen, fated to be part of the same great mission. I can't read, apparently. Therefore, should you wish to meet with your friend, I highly recommend you take up the sword before you set out to search for her. Does that information invigorate you? Are you ready to accept this sword? Heck yeah, he is. It seems that further persuasive measures will not be required. In the name of my creator, draw the sword and raise it skyward. Oh, ready stance. I'm ready. Yeet! Very nice. I believe we can now add the sword dock. At least a part of it. Come on, sword dock, open up. Okay, we need to hide that, hide that, hide that, hide that, hide that, hide that. Perfect. Oh yes, and we're also going to need... Hey, what's going on in here? Rare items? No. No, we need...